Spending the day at the beach is a great way to have fun with the family outdoors. However, the ocean isn't a pool. Conditions can be unpredictable and the environment can change in a flash. Follow these guidelines to ensure your family makes the best of the beach.
One of the first things you should do when you get to the beach is check your beach condition flags. They're posted at most beach accesses and at lifeguard stations, usually with a sign that explains what they mean. They range from green, yellow, red, and double red. There's also a purple flag. They kind of go like a stoplight. Green means generally calm conditions and safe swimming environment. A yellow flag means medium risk. There's waves that an average adult might be able to withstand, but that might knock down a child or an old person. Or the beach could be generally calm, but at certain tide intervals become dangerous. And a red flag means generally hazardous conditions, even for an experienced swimmer. So it's a good idea to stay very close to shore or to stay out of the water altogether. A double red flag is flown when the water is closed to swimming altogether. It's usually flown due to a hurricane or when the water is so dangerous there's a very high risk of drowning. A purple flag is usually flown with another condition flag whenever there's hazardous marine life in the water, like jellyfish, sharks, or stingrays. The sun at the beach is intense. You should always cover up with sunscreen at least 20 minutes before you arrive. And kids should always be covered up with a high UV protectant sunscreen made for kids. It should be waterproof and sweatproof. Also, hats and t-shirts do a good job as well. Parents need to be sure they watch their kids at the beach. The beach comes with a lot of inherent risks: crowds, sharp objects in the sand, jellyfish, and the risk of drowning. Always swim near a lifeguard. The odds of drowning on a United States Lifeguard Association affiliated beach are 1 in 18 million. And that's because it's our job to spot hazardous currents and to keep bathers clear of danger and prevent drownings. If an accident does occur, the lifeguard's there to quickly provide first aid or contact police or rescue services. Avoid the grip of the rip. Most near drownings that occur close to shore are due to rip currents, which are also called runouts, rip tides, or undertows, which are caused when water rushes back out to sea through gaps in the sandbar. When someone finds themselves in a rip current and being pulled out to sea, they naturally want to swim back in, but they shouldn't, because if they try to swim in while in the rip current, it's like swimming on a treadmill and they'll never make any progress. Then they start to panic and get tired. That's when things get dangerous. What you should do is remain calm, try to float, and if you can, swim parallel to shore to get out of the rip current before returning back to shore. Watch your weather. Small changes in the wind and tide can have dramatic effects on the ocean conditions. Avoid using rafts or floating toys on days when the wind is blowing out to sea. According to the Center for Disease Control, Florida is the lightning capital of the U.S., averaging 10 deaths and 30 injuries a year during the summer months. Afternoon storms can be particularly violent, and they roll in fast without much warning. You should never attempt to try and rescue a drowning person without the proper training. A drowning person in a panicked state may grab you and pull you into the water in an attempt to save themselves, and you may be caught in the same dangerous currents that pulled them out to sea in the first place. Instead, summon the lifeguard. They have the proper training and equipment to handle the situation. Or you can attempt to try and reach the victim with a long pole or throw them something that floats, like a toy or a cooler, but you should always remember to stay out of the victim's reach. To a child, everything at the beach looks the same. So you have to keep a very close eye on children because it only takes a few seconds for them to become disoriented and wander off. Sharing the responsibility with another parent, family member, or trusted friend is a great way to avoid burnout. But remember, when you're on duty, no distractions.